so tired. I am so tired. I think that's better. That was a lot. Thank you so much for clocking in with your girl Lo. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you enjoyed the video today, like, comment, share me a threat. Now, if you enjoyed the video today, hit that bell below to stay updated with the updates uploads that take place on this channel. Thank you so much in advance. Okay, so grab a drink, grab a snack, I don't care what you grab, and enjoy this story time how I went broke at Disney. Now, the content of this channel fall under two categories, either relatable and or inspiring. And unfortunately, I know that going broke at Disney is relatable for many, okay? And I hope that this video inspires you to not fall into that trap. If you're at Disney World watching this video, enjoy your trip. Get off of YouTube. Enjoy your trip. Enjoy it. Okay? Now, if this is going to help you not go broke before you go on your trip, then spot on. That's the goal. Now, if you've already been at Disney and you already went broke and you're just watching this video to feel seen and heard, then you are seen and you are heard. How these events transpired. It is January 2026. This is not how I started my year. Thank God. No. The events that took place, the time frame where these events transpired, was September of 2021. Now, before we get into the shenanigans, all that happened, what's Disney World? Like, if you're under a rock, you don't give a crap, you're detached from society, I don't blame you. But let's say if you just didn't know what it was. Disney World, most plainest definition, it's an amusement park that's located in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. It opened its doors October 1st, 1971. Disney World was birthed by the vision, the imagination of Walt Disney, the man that gave us Disneyland in California. Now, Walt Disney was never able to walk the streets of Disney World. He died December 15th, 1966. Great imagination, great vision, not the best guy. We won't go into that. It's the most plainest definition of Disney World. Now, as time has gone on, society has created different definitions of Disney World. It's very interesting how it's one of the most desired places in the world, the happiest place in the world, but it brings some of the most worst financial demise for people. And it just shows you how powerful marketing can be. Now, Disney adults, I have nothing against Disney adults. I'm not here to give them smoke, all right? But Disney adults, they view Disney as maybe a way to escape, a way to tap into their inner child, something that really helps them click with how they grew up. And that's why many Disney adults are diehard. I mean, Disney can do nothing wrong. Another definition of Disney is a place where imagination goes to die. It's where they pump you with cotton candy smells, overpriced items, cheap merchandise, creativity that is dead, humidity, crowds, overestimation of the fun, and underdelivery of the delivery of the fun. First section of this video. Red flags. These are the events that took place that got me to Disney. First, red flag. I overconsumed. I did it. I'll admit it. I overconsumed way too much Disney content. Way too much. I'm not talking about the movies, even though I would go toe to toe with someone, Disney, song, karaoke. Oh, yes, I would. Okay. I can go the distance. Don't test me. No. What I mean by Disney content on YouTube that is Disney focused. If it's either about the food, the announcements, the rides, I overconsumed. So I began to, it was just too much. So now Disney's on my mind a lot because I'm watching the content. And I wasn't even watching it for any reason, just for fun. I just had it on like as white noise. But my subconscious was feeding off of that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming these people. Like, that's their job. Like, the fact that they're on YouTube and they're able to get you started about the food, the announcements, the rides, the characters, that's what they're supposed to do. Next place I want to go to is Disney World. Oh, that makes sense. We're just going to go. Now, red flag number 2. I saw Disney with rose-shaped glasses. Now, you might be asking me, Lo, like, how is that possible? What do you mean by that? And let me give you a more calmer example, and then maybe you can like kind of see where I'm going with Disney. So let's say you're at the movie theater. I don't go to movies often. First of all, gotta honor my budget. And then secondly, I don't really go to movies unless I really want to see a movie. The last movie I saw at the theaters was Smashing Machine. And I'm pretty sure the next movie I'm gonna go see is probably Project Hail Mary. That's coming out in March. So I only go often. Okay. So with that being said, there's one thing that happens every time that it doesn't get me every time, but I feel the urge to act on it. You're in the theater and they have that little Coca-Cola and popcorn commercial, and the popcorn's like pop, 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 and then the drink is all fizzy. It's like a slurp, and then it just like it's refreshing. You can't tell me you don't have an urge to go buy a Coke and go get popcorn if you don't already have it. You can't tell me you don't get the urge when you see that commercial, because I get it every single time. And sometimes I obey the urge and I go to the counter. And sometimes I deny the urge and keep my tail right at my seat with my store-bought snacks. Don't tell me when I go to the store before I go to the theater, please. Myself, like, oh man, a Coke sounds so good. Knowing it's overpriced, it's gonna hurt my teeth. I'm gonna feel sick after drinking it. It's empty calories. I'm gonna be dehydrated, so I might as well get water too. It's gonna be another $5. But you're seeing these items through rose-shaped glasses. You're not thinking about the other side of it. You know what I mean? And that's the power of psychological marketing. We use colors, sensation, nostalgia, memory to get you to get that thing. Red flag number 3. My budget was screaming me out ready that we could not do this. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So when I was planning, because I'm a planner and I really do enjoy planning trips. It's really fun to me. But when I was planning this, I was already figuring out like, okay, if we can't do this, we have the credit card just in case. I saw that I believe I had to pay for parking, right? So I think it was I had to pay for parking. Something I saw though, it was like a fee, and I was like, dang, can I just park my car on the highway and just walk through Disney World's gates? Because that's expensive. I was already finding myself already having these back and forth conversations. And, when you begin to have back and forth conversations, it might be time to not do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Now that we got to the red flags, let's get into the burning money shenanigans. Okay? Flights are booked, hotels booked, rental car was booked for just a day because we ended up parking at the hotel, which is kind of annoying. I feel like I kind of blew money from there from the jump. But let's get into burning money shenanigans. What took place at Disney? I got reckless on what I ate. So you're probably thinking, oh, like, what does that mean? Of course you're going to eat snacks at Disney. No, you will. You will. You will. Even though we packed food for us, we went to the grocery store, we made some meals, so we didn't have every meal wasn't a Disney meal. Thank God. I would have been in a really worse situation if that was the case. But I found myself really liking salty stuff. I really like salty snacks. And I love soft pretzels. Oh, if you give me a soft pretzel, we're friends. Okay, we're friends. I did my research, you guys. The time, the month, and time that I was there. The low end price of a soft pretzel at Disney World. Alright, a soft pretzel was $6.50. A average size soft drink when I went to Disney World was $3.50. So what does that tell you? Every time I got a soft pretzel, every time I got a soft drink, and I got them together, obviously, I spent $10. $10. And that type of food runs through your body really quick. So you're hungry shortly after. And I remember our budget for food was $100 a day. We thought that could get us by. I got at least 2 pretzels a day and with a drink. So my snacks, no, just the snacks of that was $20. Then I turned around and get a churro. Then we went to a couple sit down restaurants, probably about $20 for us to have like a split meal. So we're already pushing $100 budget a day. So now it was probably between 120 and 140 that we were actually spending. and we were at Disney for 4 days, 4 solid days. So if my budget was $100 a day, $400 alone for food, alone. But I'm getting closer to actually spending, mental math here real quick. Sorry. 240 to do, 240 again, 08, $480 instead. And that's if I'm being modest, which we all know we weren't. Or wouldn't be here at the story time if we were being modest. Right? Right. If you're at Disney or you plan to go at Disney, please care. Like I don't even care if you gotta put the freaking weirdo has a little spreadsheet out. Keep track of your food that you're eating. And I should have ate more protein dense meals so I wasn't just going for all the carby food and then burning right through me. Like we had a blue milk at Galaxy's Edge. Then I turned around, I had that popcorn at Galaxy's Edge. Then I turned around, I had a churro. It was too much. Too much. Speaking of Galaxy's Edge, burning money shenanigan number 2. Alcohol. Now, to get into Cantina, it's the bar that's located in Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios. You had to literally sell your arm and leg to get a reservation there at the time. But we got in. And during this time, you're only able to get to like a 30-minute limit. Oh, did we use those 30 minutes? Oh, yes, we did. Because let me tell y'all something. Okay? These drinks at this, I'm a lightweight. But these drinks, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm not out here partying. Okay, I really am locked down at home, chilling, or just do some super adventurous outside. Okay, I'm not just blasting, getting drunk every weekend. But at the time, I was drinking a lot more alcohol, and I cannot handle a lot. And these drinks were they were strong. I would say they were strong, and we had about 3 each. Yeah, and we began to drink the stars away. And when that bill hit, and we got like this meat, cheese, cheddar board thing, whatever that word is, it was nothing. It did not fill us up. But anyway, that was a triple digit bill on top of the snacks, $100 a day. So when we went to Galaxy's Edge, we spent well over $200 just in total with the snacks at Galaxy's Edge, then Cantina. Oh yeah, we definitely went over our food budget that day for sure. At least $100 over than what we're supposed to do. You see, are you catching the pattern? There's a lot of not caring, a lot of money on food, alcohol. Cantina, I'm not gonna lie, it pulled me in. It took me in. I was conversed in the galaxy world. My husband went to Epcot. We, you thought Galaxy's Edge was bad. Epcot. I feel like he was having a drink in every single country. I was like, dang, we were just here in Canada. I don't think you need any more beer. Not tracking that theme. So now things are kind of getting just lost in space, and led by emotion, piling events. So we decided before we even got there to go to one of Disney's little extra events. And we were at this time at Disney World when they were celebrating Halloween. So we're like, oh, we're going to go to this Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party thing. I merch at this event, and we're going to have drinks at this event, and we're going to just keep adding. Oh, yeah, and we got to buy costumes for this event, so let's get dressed up. I think I was Wonder Woman. I think my husband was Joker. I'm pretty sure I'll find a photo. All the rides were closed or shut down. We did Pirates of the Caribbean like 10,000 times because the only ride that was operating. We didn't really see many characters. We saw Jack and Sally from afar, which was really cool. We couldn't find any of the free snacks, and my feet were hurting. I was wearing some long boots. I don't know why I was wearing boots, and I was just kind of done. It was a dud. Me and Andrew ended the night having a dry, super dry Sahara Desert dry cinnamon roll on a random bench in Magic Kingdom. It was just that's what our night ended like. So we kind of, were a little disappointed going back to the buses. Looked really sad. Now, in my mind, I was probably like, sad face, like, puppy eyes, like, okay, she's back to our hotel. I feel like from my husband's perspective, I was probably like, you know what, we're never going back here again. This is stupid. I'm over it. And he was like, oh crap, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. And this was the thing that put the nail in the coffin. It was our last night. Our last night at Disney World. And we enjoyed the day, I believe, at Epcot. And we finished the evening in Magic Kingdom. And you know, we're wrapping things up. The fireworks show, I saw Tinkerbell. I was crying. It was great. I thanked my husband for this trip. We had so much fun. It was so much fun. I knew at that time we had enough money in our bank account to be able to get home and to get our car at the garage that was at the airport. I knew this for sure, and some snacks, some food for the airport, and any type of emergencies that might spread if we happened. I knew we had enough for that. But we had no money in our savings. And the credit card was getting low, but I knew we could make it work. But then, now looking back, we had a meal that night. Which we did not go to reservation. We forgot to call and cancel it, so then that was a fee that we had to handle. And then the emotion of it ending started to kick in. And then my husband told me, you know, babe, just sit right there. Sit down. Relax. And people were now leaving the fireworks show. But the Halloween party was taking place again that evening. I was okay, I took a seat. I was thinking nothing of it. Comes back, oh, I got tickets for us. We're gonna do the Halloween party again. And I asked him, well, how do we pay for that? How do we pay for that? And he said, oh, well, you know, we have money on our credit card. I said, the money that was supposed to help us get back home, that money, that is that the money? Is that the money you spent on these tickets? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. We got money in our checking. So I didn't want to argue. I was looking at his sad eyes, and I didn't want to be like, oh, what, you bought something to help me experience something? I didn't want to be that person. So, you know what? I was like, okay, we'll talk about this after the night's over. Because you just couldn't. The sale was final. What happened, the sale was just final. And it was another bus. It sucked, unfortunately. Rides were closed. We did the Snow White ride and the Pirates Caribbean ride nonstop. The other rides were not working. The castle was super pretty though. It's really cool to take in Disney World. There's not so many people in the park. So that was pretty cool. But it was still a dud. So now we're getting on the bus, heading back to our hotel, and then reality began to seep in. Thank goodness the car was parked the whole time, so it filled up with gas. We couldn't even afford to fill the car with gas. This is how broke we were. Okay, after Disney. And we eventually got to the Orlando airport. We went through TSA. I'm on the verge of crying because I realized how much we wrecked through our budget. And I'm the type of person that once I was wrecked through my budget, like it hits me when I'm still like leaving my vacation. I'm not the kind of person where I like check out and like, okay, let me deal with this now that I'm home, or like weeks after I get home. I begin to feel the reality of it like when I'm in it. And I think that's probably why that last night at Disney World sucked too. Because I knew our budget was not where it needed to be. Yeah, I knew we screwed up. I had to call my sister up. You know how much that hurt my pride? I had to call her up. I was like, hey, sis, are you up? She was. It was like the afternoon. So that's how you know. That's how you know, like, you're kind of embarrassed. Calling, hey, are you up? Are you up? She's like, yeah, I'm up. I said, hey, so me and Andrew are in Orlando right now. I don't know how we're going to get our car out of the garage at the airport. Do you mind sending me some money so I can get it out so I can actually get home? And she was great. Oh yes, sis, I'll cash up you right now. No worries, don't worry about it. And I remember turning looking at my husband saying, we are never gonna do this again. Never do this again. Never do this again. Like, what did I learn? Now, my husband, I feel like, he was vibing, he was probably walking out of that little customer area, like, and I wasn't. I wasn't. And I learned that sometimes it's best to talk about things before decisions are made. Like maybe, honestly, I didn't really talk to my husband in depth when I was planning this trip. He came back from he was outside the country for his job. He came back and I was like, surprise, we're going. And everything was already booked and confirmed. And now looking back, I should have talked to him in depth before we did the trip. I'm not mad at this. This is not me smashing Disney World. At the end of the day, Disney World wants one thing. Yes, they're there for the memories, they're there for the smiles shared, but at the end of the day, Disney is still a business. The mouse is there to make things better, but the mouse is also there for you not to think about things and to spend your shiny coin. Okay? And they got me. They got me. I know people like to hear that, but from a business standpoint, they want your money. After that trip, I had to really think about it. Like, is my quality of life, my peace of mind worth having a quality-ish experience someplace? No. No. Now, this trip did scar me. I'm not going to hold you guys. We have not been on vacation since. So now what, 5 years? We're going on 5 years and having no trip. So probably should do something soon. That would probably be fun. I'm not mad at the mouse. I take accountability. I can be adult in the situation that I'm the one that cost me to go broke at Disney. Now, you guys, if I do another trip, trust me, it will not be done this way. But thank you so much for clocking in with your Go Low. I'll see you guys next time.